Okay, we gotta talk about this art. I reset up everything. This should be it. Okay, it's gonna be really sloppy editing. I'm gonna throw the art up over there, right over there. It's over there. The camera's flipped for me. Okay, so let's talk about them. I'm gonna go down them in order that they were released on the website. So this first one, I mean, what can you say? The planet is made of bones. Don't know if you realize that. I'll try to zoom in on it in the screen over here. The planet is made of bones. The flames are actually the shape of like bodies. So I have no idea what's going on here, but can we talk about this being the first piece that shows up? It's phenomenal. The scale is massive. Most cards that we've seen so far have been very wraith centric slash like maybe a zone of the like world or like a section of the world, but we have not seen an entire planet yet. Nothing on like a cosmic scale at this level. I mean, we've got like Art of War where you've got this giant celestial picking up people, but that's still like people are still visible in that scale, whereas this is an entire freaking planet. Planet is bones, fires people. I took some notes. The possibilities of this being like a field effect, something that like affects the entire play field, or maybe a possible alternate art for Eclipse existence. I mean, it is an eclipse in the art right there. It could totally just be an eclipse. Even Sirius, my cat, agrees with me. It could possibly be an alt art for Eclipse. I know, right, buddy? Okay, so we're going on to art piece number 2, popping it up on the screen over there. It's a throne made of flesh and bones. Can we talk about how metal that is? This is insane. There's demons flying around in the background. You've got eyes in that fleshy goop at the bottom over there. I'll try to zoom in on that as well. It's what can you say? Some of these are just skeletons. Other ones are like actual like alive beings. Like this guy over here in the bottom right. He doesn't look completely desiccated. You've got hands like crawling up through this. Hey, buddy. What is this? Is this some kind of artifact that we're gonna possess in the game? What is happening? But it's epic and it's super metal. This next one, some kind of nexus of energy that's cracking out of the ground, and you've got some like freaky things coming out of it. You've got this like spooky shadow creature that's over there. You've got some of these like tentacles coming out of the ground. It gives me a very big MTG land vibe, but as we all know and we all celebrate, the freaking Flesh and Blood doesn't have any lands. What is happening here? What is the context of this card? What is the effect that we're gonna get out of this? Who knows? But that art is probably my favorite out of this art release. I'm just saying it right there. I really do love a landscape. I really do love just the presentation of just like still art. But you've got some of this background effects, like these tentacles and this shadow monster that really bring it to life. Phenomenal art. Next one we've got, okay, so this giant setting of what looks to be like another eclipse or like some kind of black hole, and then you actually like pan your brain out and look at it, and it is a giant body with its rib cage like ripped open, and the hands are up like it's in pain, but also the edges of this card are feathers, like as if they were an angel's wings, but this definitely does not give angel vibes. This is definitely a shadow card. Hi, man, the cat's really loving me today. Next, okay, yeah, souls escaping the eyes. Oh man, yeah, this next piece. Here we go. Souls escaping the eyes. First of all, these spooky little specters coming out of the eyes of this giant, terrifying mouth. You've got these feathery demons that are over there with like the masks for faces. And they're just ripping apart these little soldiers here, or they're about to. We don't really know, but it doesn't look like these guys are doing anything to it. This one guy's got his spear kind of going in the eye, but I don't think that's gonna do anything. And then you've got this guy calling down from the watchtower. What's the point of that? I think they all know something's happening. Okay. Next, we've got this, what looks to be like some kind of torture chamber. There's behind this glass. Oh, no, this is a mirror. This is someone looking into a mirror. Oh, that's even more terrifying. I love that I'm realizing this as I'm recording the video. This is a mirror. That's even scarier. It's like a hand reaching out, or maybe this mirror is actually like a portal to somewhere else. But these two demons are really having a fun time with this guy, and he does not look to be happy. I wouldn't be happy either if there was like black ichor and blood coming out of my eyes and mouth. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like fun. Okay, let's go to this next one. An amazing, very impactful piece right here. The detail on this one isn't as insane. You've got a lot of things that are out of focus. All this blood dripping down. You've got like pieces in the background that aren't really in focus. But the thing that is in focus is this giant blood tree coming out of this soldier here. I'm thinking some kind of like tree of sacrifice. You've got this warrior here. It's coming like right out of the back of the warrior. But you also realize if you zoom in, I'm going to zoom the card in here, they're chained to that sword as if they weren't really there voluntarily, maybe? But who knows? We'll see. I'm guessing we will hopefully, I mean, we're definitely going to see what's on the card, but maybe there's more of a lore implication to this work of art here. Next up, we've got this. Oh, man. This gave me so many little bits that just triggered in my brain. So you've got this warrior here in purple armor. So we don't see that on any of the other warriors from Solana or anything like that yet. So I'm thinking some kind of demonastery warrior, because purple is very visceri, very demonastery colors. But the magic here is blue. So I'm not sure exactly where we're getting that. It looks to be the same script that we've gotten from all the demonastery spoilers and stuff like that. But if you look at this glove here, and I'll enhance that there, it gives you a very big Metacarpus node / Grasp of the Arknight vibe. Those pointy fingers, the blue energy swirling out. They don't have the same like greaves there, the same like forearm piece. But who knows? Maybe there's some variation. I also like the fact that half of the warrior's face is in armor and the other half is not. I'm sure somebody out there will translate all of these runes here. That'll be awesome to see. I cannot do that. That is beyond me, especially in the time frame that I'm trying to record this video. But this sword is awesome. This art is so good. But we did not expect any less. Honestly, it's no surprise that the art is amazing. Next, okay, we've got this warrior that is clearly dead anyways. He's bleeding out on the ground. He or she is bleeding out on the ground, and this shadow monster is just about to rip, tear, and have fun. Interesting note here is if you look in the background, enhance. You've got the sigil in the background, the sigil of Solace. That stone piece, I'll bring it up for a comparison there. Okay. Next, we are going on to the Solanian Gathering. Solani Gathering? I wonder what the plural of Solana is. So we've got this gathering. Theoretically, making a big announcement of some kind. Maybe, it looks like some kind of Priest of Soul up there. What's he announcing? What's he saying? What's happening in Solana that we need to know? I think one of the further artworks that we're going to go down through will maybe give us a hint to that. First of all, super like human-centric piece here. We're not looking at a crowd. We're not looking at some massive event. We are just looking at a woman who looks to be from Solana. We don't see any crests of Solana in this piece, I don't think, or I can't see them right now. But we do get that same color scheme, the gold and white. It's a very bright piece, which definitely evokes Solana. But yeah, I'm thinking cleanser, healer, something like that. Perhaps a cleric. Okay, and this is the art piece that I was referencing from that like public announcement art piece here. We've got people evacuating Solana. What is so bad that you are leaving in troves? You can see this this piece here. In focus, you've got a few people up front, but then if you look, this line goes all the way back to the city, and we're clearly very far out. They are just leaving in mass. We've got banners. We've got people that look like they were kind of prepared to leave. So I'm thinking maybe that piece above is referencing the evacuation plans, perhaps. Who knows? We'll see. But that's the vibe I'm getting here, is that they're evacuating, which means something bad is happening in Solana. Phenomenal art, obviously. This moon note in the background here, where you can just see kind of just a little bit of this shadowed, clouded moon. Beautiful. Okay, this piece here. What are my notes here? The People's Riot. They've all got really ramshackle together equipment. You've got this kid that's fighting with a wooden sword and a pot on his head. Some people have some spears, but there's a lot of people here with like sticks and rakes and like pitchforks. These are not a well equipped group of soldiers. So maybe the equipment is, I'm sorry, maybe this card is tied to equipment. Maybe we've got some either equipment, maybe perhaps not equipment destruction, but maybe equipment negating effect here, or maybe it's something completely different. But I've got a real equipment related vibe coming from this art here. Like I mean, some of these guys are in armor that are just wooden planks strapped to their chests. What, what is this little people's army? What are they fighting? We don't see, but this piece is just full of action, and I love it. Going on to the next one here. Again, another like subject centric. We don't have a crowd. We just have one subject, and this is really cool. I don't see any, like I said, I don't see any crests here. We've got this really nice green and gold color scheme going on. The art, if you download these images, which I did to put them in this video, is number 6. So perhaps it's a very early, if that's the card number, which theoretically it could be, because a lot of these other ones have numbers to them as well as their pixel width. But it says like Monarch 6. This is Monarch 6. So theoretically, this could be a character class card. Just saying. We don't know what the classes are, but they said, 4 new classes here. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, this one, my only note here is these guys don't look ready for combat. Like, these 2 guys in the corners are just playing around with their boots, and there's clearly bad stuff going on outside. There is fire everywhere, and this other guy is screaming at them. Are they hiding from something? Are they being called out in an emergency? I don't know, but clearly there's some bad stuff going on, and whatever these guys are doing, it's not the right thing to do, because this other guy's pissed. But yeah, it's a very interesting piece, because there's so much going on here. Okay, we're moving on. Next piece. Okay, first of all, lava monsters. Are these gigantic monsters lava monsters? Because the scale of this piece, if you look at it, there's like cities in the background burning here, and these monsters are as big as those cities. So that is terrifying, because like I was talking about before, we've seen a lot of smaller scale things. We've seen a lot of monsters, dark characters that are attacking people in a lot of different cards. But we haven't seen this size of monster before. If my scaling is correct, these things are huge. Also, another thing we haven't seen are lava swords, which I'm pretty sure is what this person is holding, or a sword imbued with some kind of hot magma energy. Who knows? But that's freaking awesome. Is that a legendary weapon, maybe? Or some kind of item that we can, a weapon that we can have in the game? Because I would love to wield a lava sword in combat. I don't know about you. But this is another Solanian army. Here, you've got the crest on these banners here. And this like awesome winged armor. These like pauldrons with wings coming off of them. Sick. Is this possibly a character of note? A hero, perhaps? Who knows? Well, we're gonna see soon. We're gonna see soon. Now it's so close. Next, we've got this. Flipping the page on my notes. Soul channeled into a sword. Some kind of weapon boosting effect going on with this card. We've got like 5 demonic creatures, four demonic creatures, just getting absolutely wrecked by this, and the sword isn't even touching them. So what's going on here? I don't know, but I love the art. Again, I could have said that about every single one that we've done here, but I freaking love the art. Just the immense contrast between this like pulsatingly white, filled with energy sword, and it's not like a pure white. It's like pure white at the center. You get yellow and you get red, so it's kind of like a flame, except it's just a burst of energy coming out of this. And it is just wrecking these demons, for lack of a better word. Just absolutely destroying them. Okay, so here we go. Another big one here. Is this Soul? Possibly. Are we seeing some form of god creature here? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe just some kind of angelic cleansing. Theoretically, could be an alt art for Ray of Hope. I don't know. We don't know. I mean, they've done alt arts. They've done extended arts. Twinning Blade has 2 different versions of the art. Maybe these cold foil promos that we're going to get at pre-releases have different arts. Because we know they love collectability, and we know that different art versions have collectability. But this piece is amazing. It gives me a really like hippie art, like universal energy kind of vibe to it, and it's great. I mean, it's just, again, another piece where there are a bunch of different demonic creatures coming after this character, and it is just absolutely shining bright and destroying them. But I just love the nuanced like faces in the background here. Like, obviously you've got these few in the foreground that are very easy to see and very easy to spot, but then you've got these few that are in the background and quite hard to see. Okay, we're coming up on the end here. This is the last one. I mean, obviously you've already thought of E-Strike. It is different though. These 2 Zeus-like creatures wielding bolts of freaking lightning, or is this a spear? Because it's in his hand and also on the ground. Are different. But fun fact, so if my number on the art is the number of the card theory is correct, the number of this is very early. Let me look it up in a second. The number is 45, which would definitely indicate, if that theory is correct, that this is not a generic card. There is no way we're getting generics that early in the card number of the set. Generics are normally the last, like, 75 less cards, because your character cards are taking up those earlier slots. So this card is probably a class card of some kind. And this art is insane. I mean, it does definitely look kind of like E-Strike Plus, or, Mega E-Strike, but I don't think it is. And I don't think it's going to be related either. But yeah, like I said, if my theory is correct, possibly not a generic card, and it is a character card, which, God, what does that mean for this character class? Just summon Zeus. Why not, Holy crap, though. All of this art, that's the last one that we're going to talk about for right now. But, like, I was not expecting 19 pieces of art to drop right now. 19. Wow. Like, for Crucible of War, we got like a few at a time, and it was like, here you go, here's a little tidbit. And then tomorrow we're going to do some spoilers. This is like a giant bomb. This is like that first piece of art, except just our brains. Oh my god. There's just so much here to unpack, and I just cannot wait for spoilers to start. Not that I could, was any less excited. No, I was definitely a little bit less excited. I just didn't know how excited I could be. But man, this art launch, so cool. Tell me in the comments below which art you're the most excited about. Which one tickles your fancy the most? Which one has you most worried about a card in this set? which one are you like, yeah, that's gonna be, can't wait for my opponent to play that. Yeah, my god, there's just so much to go through. Yeah, drop it in the comments. Tell me which one's your favorite, your least favorite. Which one you just don't even care about at all. You're just like, why is this in this art drop? I don't think there's any of them. They're all awesome. Everything here has something to love about it. It's just all amazing. Yeah, that's everything from me, guys. We'll see you later.